finishing up touring for In Love and Death, the band was pretty burnt out, and also we had just, we'd just come off super long tours, and feelings had kind of started to change. I know that Quinn, from what I know of the situation now, Quinn was pretty much just tired of being in the band, and I think Brandon was kind of tired of being in the band as well. I don't know, I can't speak for them personally, but...
Dan, our friend Dan, he was more a close friend of Quinn's at the time, that's what I want to say. So
I was just in bands around Salt Lake City, and then Quinn gave me a call. He's like, hey, do you want to come to LA? And he said be in the band. He's like, you want to come down and be in the band? I'm like, yeah.
I guess we never even really talked about it that much. Dan Whitesides just kind of became the drummer.
I think Quinn just kind of decided that was what was going to happen. And that didn't really hit me till I landed. And when I landed, I hadn't smoked cigarettes in like 7 months. The second I landed, I'm like, oh, pressure. I started smoking right off the bat.
And as soon as we had Dan in the band and as soon as we started touring, we realized that we were becoming closer and we were becoming tighter, and communication was just, there was no walls to be broken. I mean, everything was just open. As soon as we finished Lives for the Liars, we went right out on tour for Taste of Chaos. That was a really bad time to go out on tour because at that point, Bert's voice he had developed a node on his vocal cords, so it was imperative that he had to go have surgery, but we had this tour plan, so we jumped right into it. Well, that tour just thrashed his voice.
Yeah, I think the surgery on my vocal cords was a very stressful time for everyone. We had been touring very extensively, and like my voice just got continuously worse and worse as it went on. And
I was nervous, you know what I mean? It's like, I was nervous for him. I mean, that's like somebody cutting my fingers off and then gluing them back on and being like, they'll be fine. You'll be fine, you know?
Yeah, it was totally scary, but I mean, it was definitely for the best because I couldn't function any longer, you know?
The whole time I'm just like festering up all these different ideas, and we actually rented a house in Brentwood, and we put up all this soundproofing.
We go to jam, bam, we're jamming is like normal, like not even loud, you know, we weren't playing like super loud compared to what we usually do. It was like turned down. Neighbor busts down the door like, you can't do this.
This isn't gonna happen, guys. This isn't happening, and
you can't be playing here. Like, we're like, oh, great. He just busts into the house that we're living at, you know. We can't be here. Like, this isn't your house. Get the f out of our house. And
everybody was just so stoked to be writing new songs and kind of getting on a new level that we go back into a situation that we didn't want to be in. And it just hit us all, you know, something's got to change.
We just realized that we had to start from scratch and take everything back to nothing, to start over for the Used to make something huge happen.
Something's wrong. Like, we're not progressing as a band. It seems like we're stuck in a rut. We're stuck in the middle. We're stuck in doing the same old kind of tours, the same old festivals, the same old, like, everything felt the same and it felt stale.
Because we just needed to go in a new direction altogether with everything in our lives and everything in the band. And so we decided to work with Matt Squire.
We didn't know what we were going to do for these new songs, but we knew that we wanted it to be raw. We want these songs to stick out and be original and be just like they were the second we wrote them.
been a huge Used fan, so I was absolutely honored to get the call, and working with them has been everything that I've hoped and dreamed. It's been an amazing ride. These guys have grown so much as musicians. I think you can leave the edges a little bit rough. I'd rather hear them play an amazing drum fill. I'd rather hear Dan play an amazing drum fill or Quinn play an amazing guitar lead and have it be natural and hear their personality in it than hear my computer work or my editing do the talking. So I think it's important to show that growth as their fourth record, and it's time that they are able to sort of let it hang out and let it shine.
I think that's the whole thing with Matt, is he's kind of learning with us as well. You know what I mean? He said it himself that when I heard the idea that you guys wanted to do this kind of dirty album, he's like, I didn't really quite get what you meant. But he didn't say that to us, not until he got it. He's like, now I get it.
Because we wanted this record to be so different, noisy and messy and feedbacky. We wanted feedback.
There you go.
That's great.
We're gonna keep that. Can we do another take from the same spot?
Yeah.
I like the way you said at the end.
Cool.
There was a lot of emotion in that.
Yeah, I liked it.
Cool. I thought that was a nice touch at the end.
Right when I said, I was like, hey, we should save that.
We should double that with handbells or something.
I was thinking get a bunch of kids on a hill,
Yeah.
and then secretly have a clothesline at the top, and then just pull it back and then watch them all fall down the hill. But at the bottom of the hill, it's just all razor blades and salt and that we could record it and reverse it.
Somebody's recording this.
Mama, do it one time, do it 2 times with the bass self. Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, break it down, mama, play that instrument.
Nothing that I can hold on to with my broken hands. I'm not thinking that I should anyway. So I leave holding nothing, don't care what you say. 'Cause it makes no difference if I throw it away. Yeah, it makes no difference.
What's different since 2001? Well, I think that back when the band first started, it was, you know, we were living in kind of at our parents' house and stuff like that. Bert was living with me for a minute, and we lived near Provo, we lived in Pleasant Grove, and every day was just kind of like get up, either go to work or just find a ride to practice, which was, you know, about 10 miles away at Jeff and Brandon's house. I mean, everything now is, I mean, it's a completely different situation, but it's still the same, and it's even better that, I mean, we're all still friends and we still get to do what we want to do.
I'm still playing music, which I love, you know. I'm still like writing stuff. Lately I haven't been doing as much art as I want, and I really want to get back into that. I want to start painting a lot. I really want to, but doesn't matter. This is just on my mind right now. Like,
It's cool.
I play too many video games. That's a problem. It's becoming a problem. I should start doing something more, you know what I mean?
Right.
Something more artistic, at least, you know.
Who had the house together?
Me and Bert. Well,
Yeah.
I just kind of, from what I remember, I had been living back with my parents for like 2 or 3 weeks. Then these guys called me up and wanted to know if I wanted to jam or you know, try out for their band. And I was totally down. I'd heard their stuff before. I didn't really expect anything, but I didn't really have any friends, so it was pretty cool to get a call from like some people that I had known, you know, for a while, but I hadn't, you know, been in contact with for like 3 or 4 years probably. And yeah, they called me and they came up to my parents' house and picked me up, and we went and like broke into a hot tub or something, and then we wrote Maybe Memories, and right away me and Quinn started hanging out all the time. It was super awesome, and I didn't really have anywhere to live at the time, and so he let me move in with him at his house, and yeah, his family kind of took care of me for a while, bought me ramen noodle shoes and cigarette lunches, and we would hitchhike to Brandon's house every day, which I thought was fun at the time, but thinking back on it now, it's just like, because we would usually, Pleasant Grove is about maybe, I would say 10 miles from where he lived, maybe less, maybe 7 miles or something, but we would usually walk at least 1 or 2 miles before we'd ever get a ride.
Was life simpler then?
Maybe.
Artwork, what does it mean? Artwork is everything, man. I mean, what isn't artwork, really? Like, that's such an open-ended question.
I don't know, we just had a bunch of conversations about art and work, and it just kind of seemed pretty open-ended kind of thought to think of work and to think of art like they're separate, but they're not, you know.
But there's a lot of undertones of just what art has really become in this world, and what I think that it could be, and what I think that it should be. Anything and everything. It has a lot to do with the media and total lack of independence when it comes to creative outlets for artwork, I think. So we're just kind of being bombarded by what they want us to see and what they want us to hear. This record is just another page in the book, and in a big way, it's just a kind of a snapshot of where we are now, and hope that people really enjoy it as much as we do, because I think it's pretty cool.
My name is Edward Culver.
I shot the LA punk scene from real late 78 until the end of 1983. I did a lot of the LA hardcore punk rock stuff. You know, TSOL, Circle Jerks, Black Flag.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about ready to get on flight.
I think in the last 2 years, we have become a way tighter band in the fact that these guys really, really enjoy playing music together.
I think what keeps us going is that we're all just friends, you know? We're all just really genuinely happy to be around each other and to know each other and to get to make music. And I mean, what really keeps us moving is just our friendship.
This is an important record. I mean, they're all important, of course, but this is the one. This record I've got a feeling about, everybody has a feeling about. There's so much put into it, like emotionally and everything, and it's just amazing being a band with those guys, you know? Like, it seems like we all push each other musically and hanging out together and, I don't know, writing songs together. It's like,
I think just the idea of us knowing that we want to keep moving forward, you know what I mean? I think when we're at home, we just like, well, let's go and let's jam or let's go write, you know? And anything else is kind of really not an option, you know?
I like people that just stop what they think about the Used and completely erase their thoughts of us and just kind of give this whole record a whole open look, you know? It's like, I want you to look at this record as a brand new everything. Not even a new start, just a new everything. Like this is the first time you've ever heard us. This is the first time you've ever like tasted anything we've ever done. Like just a new beginning, a new opening.
It's kind of the beginning of a new, the beginning of a new chapter, but not really even a chapter. Like probably just the beginning of a new book for the Used. We're not going to be associated with anything but music and the love of music, and that's it. The Used has never ever been a part of anyone's scene. We're just a rock band. Like we've never been a Warped Tour band or any type of thing like that.
So it's not necessarily about what we do, it's about everything, and everyone's on it. It's about Burt McCracken. Eating a popsicle.
It's good.
Hi guys. Here's your lattes you ordered.
All right.
Oh, here's your hot coffee in the
I'm
middle of summer.
glad you got him to go.
He knows it's the record we want to make, and it's our music, and at the end of the day, it's forever ours. And he knows that we've been around the bush. we've been around the block a few times, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, both. But he knows that.
Here's your drink, your Splenda that you wanted, and your
Sweet
and low.
So that's where I keep my
sugar in the raw, and your other sugar in the raw,
Thanks,
and
dude.
your other sugar in the raw.
Cool. I mean, I don't think that's been around the bush.
Your equal, and your pure sugar cane, and the case you wanted.
That's your just in case.
See you guys.
No, go ahead.
And
I was gonna. What? You? Hey, I was playing with that stick.
how are you?
Fine. You're gonna hear some stuff that's a little more original, like all the bands are playing tonight. But I'm in love with you, and I'm so serious, and I love you, but I'm gonna you too. Oh, prettiness, prettiness, pretty, she's cool, but now it's not cool at all. This is the worst. But wait a minute, and a lovely tune I wrote for you and for you and you, but I didn't write it for you. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's it.